Hello YouTubers, how you doing today? We are mousing around with wood today and kind of show you what I got going on here. Now this wood has been here, I think I brought these front 3 rows up. It might be the same age as the back rows. I think the back rows might be a little bit older. I'm not real sure. But if you've seen in the past videos, I have them covered with that big sheet of plastic down there. And as usual, if you have a wood boiler, you find yourself always out of wood. So I have the one basket there that I took out, the one basket I emptied there, which to me that's kind of a long run, which if you handle wood, sooner or later you got to pick it up and move it. That's the bottom line. But I checked a couple pieces to see what the moisture content was, and it was probably about as low as you can get. Now, on all this wood here, that one's a piece of hardwood, pretty good size. But there's one here that I didn't get to, that I thought I'd try to see what it's at. Oh, I thought it was bigger than it is. It faked me out, guys. Oh man. Well, here's a pretty good one here. No, that one's junk. That one's too lightweight. I know that one's dry as a bone. Daggone, I thought that was a big piece. And it really wasn't. It was a curved piece with too much stuff on it for me to split by hand. Got a big knot in her. So we'll put it back in there and put that one back in there and put that one back in there. I thought I was going to get an easy piece. I did split a couple though, and the percent was down. This one here was 9. This is where I split it in half and checked it. There was another one over here. This one here was 14. You know, we could grab we'll grab one out of the back pile. This is some pretty decent wood here. Here's a pretty good one. I guess you're in there. We'll go split that and see what it is. And then my job today is moving all these wood things around, bringing some up from down below up. And it takes, even though I'm using a machine, it still takes a lot of time. Take these racks down. Now I have a place to split some wood. We'll split this one and see what it's at. This is it's oak, red oak, and you can see it's got a crack in it, so it ought to be, well heck, that's probably ought to be low as a bone then. Daggone, I just can't find. It's firewood, guys. It's not pretty wood. I don't know if you're in there or not. That wasn't even. Oh, of course that's going to be dry. I just split it open. I don't know if you were. I guess you saw it, but I know that's going to be dry because that's got what do you call it? Dryness shown in it, I guess. This is a moisture meter I got a long time ago. It's pretty nice. I've showed it in past videos. Can't get them anymore. But what I like about it is it's got a calibration thing on the top. So if you want to see one go 18 to 20, if you put it on there, you can check it. I don't know if you guys can see it. Went right up to 19. So we'll put that in there. I know that's going to be dry. Made 15 though. I don't think you're going to get any lower. No, there it goes at 9. There it went back up a little bit. 15. I don't think you're going to get much below 15 anywhere. I'll tell you, I'll crack one of these pieces behind me. This is wood it's 4 years old oak, and it was down. This is a pretty good piece. This is what I call my Cadillac wood, and I've been burning Cadillac wood because I know I don't have anything pretty much drier than that. And I take a sample of the wood from time to time just to see where I'm at. This is 4 years old in October. Kept out of the rain. This is the same as the Cadillac wood in the greenhouse, except for this is stored outside. I'll show you where I was storing it. All right, you're going to be upside down. 15, 16, 15, 15. So I just don't think you're going to get it any drier than that, because you guys know I dry wood in the greenhouse and I weigh it. And I know right now the wood moisture is up, the moisture content of the wood is up a little higher because the hickory I got on the scale in the greenhouse is right now up 1 pound. That's 1/10 of a cord, it's up 1 pound. So you're just not going to get any drier than that. But I still have this condensate problem. I haven't really determined what it is. The boiler's not low in water, it's not leaking water. The boiler section is over in this part here. And then there's a big partition and stuff in here that if the boiler did leak, it would come down this way and leak into the inside, and it's leaning to the back, so the water would go to the back of the boiler. Can you see all this condensate here? I get five gallon. This bucket here is probably full. This is this week. So you're not going to get any drier wood. So I think it's, now I did have that insulated, but I've been through that in other stories, other videos. I got to go find another 5 gallon container to put that in. That one's full. This one's full. That one over there is full. I'm trying to think what I can do with it. I know a lot of people burn their wood to keep the insects off, I believe. I don't think it stops the rot. But I'm thinking about putting it in there and spraying some of my trusses and stuff with that stuff, because those bumblebees get in there and maybe they wouldn't like the taste of that stuff. So I'm going to put you there. I'm going to hold you. We're going to go to the back. Anyhow, that's what I got to do. I'll pick the first 3 up and set them off the side, bring the 4 in the back up, and then I'll refill it so there'll be 12 of those full. And if it's interesting, I was watching Joe up at Ohio Wood Burner today, which is today is Sunday, so whenever you see this, go back a few days, and he did one on you move your wood too much, or you don't know how to do firewood, all that kind of stuff, which is, you know, people are crazy out there. Everybody's got their own way, and there's nobody that does stuff different or more weird than me. Who else stacks their wood up like this to get another row? And I put that bar in here that's usually over here. I put it back in here so I can stack the wood up. Then I make those 1/3 of a cord. These are the smaller containers, so you're not going to get much more bizarre than some of the nonsense I do. So that holds more wood. Now this, when it first starts out, it's kind of funny. When it first starts out, it's heaped up a little bit more and it settles down. When it settles down, then I get what I call water bellies in it. Some of these old wooden boxes here, those are right old. I like the wooden boxes better than the totes, but you can see how it's kind of starting to blow out here a little bit. I don't know if you probably can't see that, but it's kind of blowing out a little bit. I bought these straps. They're like $6 a piece, maybe $6.95, but they want the same amount to ship them, and they wouldn't negotiate on shipping if I was going to buy 12 of them, and they didn't want to negotiate on the shipping, so I didn't. They could put it in a ships it fits box for 20 bucks, and they wanted to charge me $40 to ship it. Nah. Where was I? Anyhow, Joe was, if you're new to woodworking, and you need to stop by and see Joe. He's got a heck of a channel. He's a heck of a nice guy, real good business mind, real. He's a little comical too. He's got a quirk to him that's great, that makes him really likable. So go over and visit out that one, and visit how that one, you don't know what you're doing making firewood, and I would say that he's spot on just about everything he said there. I can't think anything. The only reason I said about everything is because there might be something that I don't agree with. I don't really. He was good. it was a good thing. You know, people telling you handle wood too much. Let me tell you, if you do firewood at all, you're handling the firewood too much. And he was talking about, which is kind of interesting, you know, it's like you say, the more you handle it, the more it's worth, which is very true. There's just nothing about that. But you think about your fuel oil at home, because I have fuel oil here. Now, if I thought I could drill an oil well in my backyard, I would do that. But I don't think I can do that. Well, I might try. You know, there's probably oil down there somewhere. But anyway, but think of how many times that's touched. First, you probably got a geological survey and people going out looking, saying, and you know, how many people saying, well, maybe drill here, drill there, and then they drill. Well, think how many people are involved in drilling that. Then you got to cap it, pipe it, ship it, and I bet the fuel oil is probably moved by people, not physically with their hands, more than firewood if you really think about it. Think about it. It goes all over the place, whether it's a fuel oil or your gasoline. The last thing is it gets delivered into the thing that you're doing, but delivery man brings your fuel oil to your house where you're delivering it because you can go pump your own gas in most states. Some I guess you can't. But anyhow, if you think about it, fuel oil or gasoline is probably handled more than firewood is. Don't think there's nothing going on in the big mill, new mill. I did get the saw blade covered up. We're not going to go there. I'm trying to think what all things I forgot, because I forget so much. So, oh, there was if you recall in a past video, there was a log here. I also raked it all up. But I'll be the rest of the day moving that stuff. That's my emergency wood. I don't really like getting into it a whole lot, but I am, because I'm getting lazy. Down here, same thing, but it's pretty muddy down here right now, so I'm kind of tiptoeing around. You can see the puddle there. Try to scoot along the side. There was that tree. I have all these big things of wood. We'll turn this noise box off so you don't have to listen to rattle over my rattle. We're Allison Restaurant tonight. It all started back here, but that isn't what the story was about. It was about this. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's one behind that. Those hold basically 8/10 of a cord. Where was I at? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somehow I lost count already. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these. So they're about 8/10 of a cord a shot. Then I have 1. These I'm going to take up and put in the back row. That's what I'm going to do with these. These will go in the back row up there. I'll take the tops off to save them for stuff that's not going to be covered up with plastic. This is all this wood. Now I have all this wood underneath here, which I don't know if you can look through here or not. But there's a lot of them. But these big tall ones need to go in the back row here, so the short ones go in the front. And the short ones are over here. The problem with that is, man, it's a gushy mess down here. I don't know if you can hear me squishing. The problem is, then once I get all the real cured wood out of there, that's a couple years old now, I don't have any place to put it. Moving wood is an all the time thing. And comfortably moving it, I guess, I mean, I'll be using a machine. But you can see down here, and this wood in here, I think, is a couple years old now. It's like that wood up there. This wood is all, I did it in the spring this year, and it's for next year, really. I got another, that down there holds a full cord. That little mess there holds a full cord. Oh, I forgot, I had something else up there that I forgot to show you. We ain't going back up. You can see kind of how muddy it is here. Just as a teaser, we'll walk by the sawmill. Can you see that bucket full of? That's how much water we've gotten in the last. It's to the point where it's building up faster than it can evaporate. So there's about 4 inches of. You can see my foot down there. There's about 4 inches. Also got ice on it. I gotta tip that over. Mosquitoes probably are thinking about it already in their dreams. Lordy, haven't got down here again. There's that log. I gotta finish sawing that up. There's my pumpkin pie. I did cover up my rollers down there, and I did cover up that. I wanted to show you I did that so I don't lose my names, but it'll probably rub off anyway. Anyhow, we're going back to the back. What I'm working on today is the pine boards that I sawed. Yeah, that bin there, large wood box, is what that stands for. I used to be better at labeling them and then dating them and all that kind of stuff. Now I know that this stuff is not cured, but it's going in the boiler anyway. Green wood will burn, and I need the box. So it's not, you'd have to go back and see some of the old videos to see if you want an exact date, but it's several months old. And you guys know I scale wood. Gotta cut through here. Tight fit. There's some more wood over there. Can you see the puddles? You can hear me splashing through them. You can see the mud here. Yeah, I already loaded it. It's kind of like watching paint dry. I hear my neighbor's running his bobcat. He runs out all day long. Oh, I can see him over there tucked in the woods. We got so many trees down here. Dead, down, gone, whatever. You can't keep up with all that stuff. I'm going to bring the tripod out and show you how I sticker wood. I don't know that I've ever showed how I sticker wood. And I did work on the tripod. I think it's tight. So I'm trying to get you in the, so it's not so much of a glare. I sticker to wood. How I do it? Like I said, Joe was talking about all the different ways. People have ways of doing things that work best for them. And I swear I'm not in that camera. One of these days I'll learn where I'm at in that thing. We're gonna raise it up. Because you don't want to look at the top of my hat or top of my nose. Of course, that doesn't look much better. Anyhow, different ways. Everybody's got their own way of doing things. And like he said, everybody's got their own right way, and it's whatever works best for you. I found in splitting wood, I've been doing it for over 50 years, which that's kind of, he doesn't do any sawmill stuff. That's something that evolves, you know. I didn't used to have the bobcat to move stuff around with. And as I got older and it was harder and harder to move stuff around, I said, man, I got to get something to move the stuff around a little bit better. So, you know, I don't know how many years ago I bought the John Deere tractor. That helped. You buy equipment to help you because you can't physically do it anymore. You know, even if you go back to the chainsaw, I mean, everybody's capable of getting a handsaw. Everybody's capable of an axe. So I think that splitting wood and getting firewood is something that never ending, evolving. I try things new and don't things, you know, like I had an elevator in the past and it didn't work for me, and then I go out and bought that other elevator. So who knows, it was just too good of a price to pass up. Need my head checked on that one maybe, but I still got good plans for it, so I'm all right with that. But on stickering the wood, you know, I make my own stickers, and when I make the stickers, I guess you can't see them over here. I'll have to bring you over here in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'll bring the stickers to you. Okay. If you see, these stickers are all painted silver. And if you see down here, these are painted black, so that's a run on them. And so what I do is I take some nice real dried wood, which some of these might be for sticker piles, I don't know. And I run it through a planer so it's all the same thickness. And then after I run it through the planer, cut it off. And because it's a batch and I know all these are the same size because they all went through the planer the same size, I paint the ends so they're all the same. Now the next thing I do, which is kind of like Joe was talking about, everybody's got their own way of doing things, and you're not going to find anybody that does stuff more weird than I. If that's the proper English. I'm not too prooper when it comes to English. Anyhow, I cut these. My 4x4s down here are cut at 48, just because that's how long my forks are. These are cut at 50. So they stick out an inch. And most of the time, when you set one on, okay, you can see it out the back and you can see it in the front. And if I want to, after they get all in there, if I want to get real picky, I can sit there and tap them this way and tap them this way and get them all perfectly aligned so they look pretty. Used to do that. Don't do too much of that anymore. Especially with this, you didn't see that. Especially with this, you can with the end sticking out, you can tap them around. See how this one's out a little bit? They're not even sitting on the board. You can tap them around a little bit. Like I said, when you lay one in there, you can see where it is in the back. So that's kind of what's going on here. So I'm going to sit here and sticker some more wood. And not real good at it, but good enough for me. And what else I'm going to do is I have a ruler here someplace. I'm going to measure the boards and see kind of what kind of board footage that log got me, because it was pretty good. This board here, well, I'm going to start with the bottom row, because then I can go back and check it. Okay, 14, 12, I should start from the front. Okay, 11, 11. So I got 11 inches, 11 inches. I already forgot what that one was. I think it was 12. 12 and 14. 112 and 114. Now this one here in the front is 16. 16. Now I grab another one. Here's my distance in between here. I got 18. I don't have any. I don't have two small ones. Everything I cut was big, so I'm going to just bring another big one in. This is real nice wood. It's also got, I guess what they call. Did you hold your ears? I think that was a 16 and 14. 116. 114. Now I got to put these in here. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, denim, the denim look. I don't think my base was real flat though, to be honest with you. But they'll dry good enough for playing with pine. Guess better move this, huh? It's going to be an awkward, maybe I'll just leave that there. Maybe take you guys back a little further. I don't know where the best spot is. You can't see me picking it up and moving it. Generally when I pick this wood up, I bring it in at about 90 degrees so I can swing at one time. If you bring it in straight into it, then you got to swing at 180. I guess this is as good a spot for you. You won't see the whole thing, but you'll see some of it. So we'll get these big ones out of the way first. And even though they're white pine, they're white pine heavy. They're pretty wet. And you can straighten them I used to straighten them more when I was more into it. What do you got here? Stack it, stick it, stuff it, all that kind of stuff. Man, you just don't have any place for this kind of amount of wood. I'm wood bound. Everybody says, you know, you need to saw more wood. Saw more wood. I don't have any place to put it. That's why, one of the reasons I don't saw more wood. It's just no place to put it. I'm all full up here. I'm all full up everywhere. And down here, nobody wants to give you any money for it here. So this is actually for my own use. It seems like you always need a piece of pine because it's lighter to play with. All right, let's see what we got here. We have 14, 15, 114, 115, 15. Nah, gotta get some more sticks, and this takes time. This is I'm not real fond of this. If I had a warehouse to put it in, it wouldn't bother me so much. I'm taking up barn space with wood. That's probably not a good return on your investment. Look at that, it's still in touching there. That's probably not a good investment. You know, you should keep your Jeeps like I got over there and here, and you should keep your wood making stuff like I got on the other side in here. But to keep just wood, you could stack it outside, and that's a nice light one. Okay, I got looks like I got 5 thin ones. I knew I had some thin ones in there. I think I'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, I don't know. I guess I'll put the thick ones in here. I cut some 3/4 ones. Which now I'm into the 3/4 ones are next. And you can't run the 3/4 with the others. So alright. Now we're back in the big wood. I think these are running 12 1/4. You know, I knocked those little nubs off the end. When you see me doing that every now and then, you see me, I guess I'll leave you back here. You see me knocking those little nubs off. Oh, we're already out of time. Because when you stack these, I gotta go quick, I only got a minute. When you stack these, sometimes you gotta stack them neat. And if you have a 1/4 inch nub on these, when you're trimming, they get you in trouble later. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and put a guess in the video down there on how many board feet you think I'm going to get out of this. These are all 10'3" long, but I'm just going to count them as 10 foot because that's just the way you do it. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go visit Joe and tell him I sent you over there. I'd appreciate that because he's a good guy. Bye-bye now. Oh, Joe is at Ohio Wood Burner. Bye.